Shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all praises to the Heavenly Father, Yahweh Bahasham, Yahweh Shai Bahasham, Rachahakwadash. Double honors to the apostles, the elders at Great Millstone who rule well. Peace and salutations as always to the elect. All right. Going into news and prophecy. All right. Where we link the things that are happening worldwide, happening around you that are going to affect, all right, your day-to-day life that you should be ultimately aware of. All right. Linking world events to biblical prophecy to show you that the words of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai are faithful and true, as the scriptures say. None of the words that are spoken and written in his book are going to return unto him void, meaning everything that is written, it's going to happen. All right. And as you can see, all of the things happening around you, all right, which it's a lot, they're all leading to biblical prophecy being fulfilled. All right. And we're living in the times where Pharaoh's heart is being hardened. OK. And the modern day Pharaoh are the biblical Edomites. All right. They run this modern day Egypt. All right. That we know as America, which in the Holy Scriptures is known primarily as Babylon the Great, but it also goes other various other code names. All right. And the Lord's determination is that this place be utterly destroyed. All right. And like Nimrod, all right, the rulers of this current Babylon, all right, are trying to establish domination, right, over the Lord's creation. And they want to escape judgment. All right, because the judgment is already written. In the end of Esau's kingdom pretty much started with the Lord raising up prophets in Babylon to speak and chant down, all right, his rulership, which is synonymous with Jacob's hand holding fast to the heel of Esau. All right, because Esau is the end of the world and Jacob is the beginning of it that followed. We're living in the times, you know, that many of our forefathers and foremothers, all right, ultimately longed for. You know, the great sacrifices they made that we can read about, okay, were made for this very moment. So we have to take it serious and understand that we are a sacrifice. All right, the mighty acts they did, gave, you know, even giving their lives up, you know, going hard for Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai, laying it all on the line. They did it for this moment so that they can enter in, all right, to that righteous legacy. All right, when you read the book of 2nd Maccabees, the 7th chapter, you know, with the mother and her 4 children, all right, who she watched, you know, be severed and torn apart by the Greeks. You know, when you read that story, what comforted them, all right, and what put them in the mindset to continue in what they were doing and to not rebel against the commandment of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai and to take those brutal deaths was what? You know, that they understood that regeneration existed, that they are going to come back again in the flesh and enter into a righteous legacy. Okay, so the days that our forefathers and our foremothers, you know, who were in a right spirit longed for is right up on us. And that's why all of these things are happening. And that's the reason we have been raised up, all right, to speak, literally speak the end into existence, all right? And as you can see here, all right, part of the devil's plan is to ultimately cut off that word. See, this word is powerful. You have a lot of Israelites that don't see the power in the word alone. See, so they have to add gimmicks. They have to make things up. You know, they have to do this, they have to do that. But ultimately, all the Lord told us, all right, those who possess this new song, Lord willing, we're of that number, to do was speak it. And the mere speaking of the word is leading to the end. All right. And that's powerful to behold. Literally things that the apostles and elders and the elders before them have been speaking about, you know, going into the scriptures. All right. The prophets, the things that they warned of and spoke of and saw in visions and recorded for us are actually now happening. And the Lord has put the Spirit on us to go into these things and show you this is what that meant. This is what this meant. This is happening here. All right. So a wise man's mind or heart, which your heart is your mind, okay, understand it both time and judgment. So knowing the times that you're in is very important, which is why we, the watchmen, constantly do these videos to put you in mind of the times you're in. We're not in the time of mirth. We're not in the time of, love for the elect, love for Yahweh Bashim Yahushai, but we're in the time of hate. All right. Hate, we're supposed to hate and separate from this world. And hate doesn't mean you go out and try to take down Babylon. Hate just means you separate yourself from things. You have a strong, passionate dislike for particular behaviors. All right. That doesn't mean that you go out, all right, and try to, create your own judgment. Vengeance is the Lord's. Us speaking this into existence is going to lead to the vengeance of the Lord, which entails we'll be good and we'll get our lick under Yahweh Shai. All right. So the devil, seeing that his kingdom is crumbling, seeing that he has but a short time to establish his NWO. All right. They're now using, these particular, false flags that they're creating to go ahead and do what? Shut down the economy. Okay. Lead the world into a digital system, which we'll get into all of that. And ultimately, as Alex Jones says, we're in an info war. Okay. And the scripture said Amalek, okay, would be at war, or the Most High himself, of course, through Yahweh Shah, the angels and the men of the Lord who are standing up, will be at war with the Amalekites from generation to generation. All right. And the Amalekites, all right, are the small hats. All right. The people who say that they're the chosen. They run this whole get up. All right. They're your elite banking families. All right. Witches and warlocks on the left hand side. All right. Who control everything in this current world. It's all in their hands, but they're losing control. And the first thing that they lose control of that's going to lead to the downfall is the narrative. Through pseudoscience, through lies, they have been able to control the narrative of who we are, who they are, what reality is. But now they're losing that grip, and that's leading them to do things like this. As you can see, Google Lite. Now, we know DuckDuckGo, read it, DuckDuckGo announces purge of independent media. Only MSM allowed. Now, we were all talking, and brothers were putting each other on to how DuckDuckGo was the better route as far as getting information, because we know Google was watered down. You go to Google and you type something in, they're only going to give you so much information. So what brothers did was they made DuckDuckGo, their primary search engine. All right. And it was giving you more. All right. You were able to get more information. You were able to see, things that mainstream media were not reporting. But now DuckDuckGo has been bought out. Okay. And this is what the devil does. This is what the elite of this world do. Use their influence, their power. All right. And false flags, of course. Okay. Scare tactics to do what? Buy out and shut off information that exposes them, because they are being exposed. And this shows you that they're in straits, because how can you be a billionaire, a trillionaire, have all of this wealth, influence, resources in your hands, all of this control, yet you're worried about what the people are saying? Do you think in our kingdom we're going to be worried about that? We're going to have to, try to hide stuff and be in straits and, be terrified of what people may say and what information may get out? No. See, this shows you this is a wicked rulership. It says DuckDuckGo CEO Gabriel Weinberg, which we already know. All right, that is a small hat. Okay, has announced that the search engine will begin purging all independent media outlets from the platform and will replace them with trusted mainstream media outlets. You see that? Trusted. Now, trusted by who? Trusted by Yahweh Bashim Yahushai in the right side? No. Trusted through Satan, because they have an agenda, and their agenda is being outed. Okay? And you still have Israelites who are ignorant of their agenda. It's happening all around you, and we'll get into some of that. Okay? And look what they're going to use as a means to say this is why they're doing it. Like so many others, I am sickened by Russia's invasion of Ukraine. See, that's what they're using. Yeah, wait till you see what's going on in Ukraine now as a result of this these lies, man. See? And that wasn't a full blown out war, but what was the West steady doing with that whole Russia thing? Demonizing Russia as if, and Trump said it himself. Trump told the truth. As a matter of fact, I'm going to go to it. Okay? And this is off of the Two Through page, Two Through and Info. Trump sets it straight. Now you see here, and you're going to notice in a lot of these videos, all right, places where the Crown Royale are not even mentioned, what they're doing is putting disclaimers. All right, they're leading you to see more resources on Google. Click this, and we'll give you the true narrative about what's going on. Okay, there was a video with Klaus Schwab, and they had a disclaimer here leading you to a video or information about the Rothschilds. Why is that? They're losing control of the narrative. Okay? And these independent news outlets, okay, are outing things. You see, the man of sin is being revealed. That's why they got to put those disclaimers. But listen to this.
Do you respect Putin?
I do respect him.
Do you? Why?
Well, I respect a lot of people, but that doesn't mean I'm going to get along with him. He's a leader of his country. I say it's better to get along with Russia than not. Will I get along with him? I have no idea.
He's a killer, though. Putin's a killer.
A lot of killers. We got a lot of killers. Well, you think our country's so innocent? You think our country's so innocent?
I don't know of any government leaders that are killers anymore.
Well, take a look at what we've done too. We've made a lot of mistakes. I've been against the war in Iraq from the beginning.
Yeah, mistakes are different
than. A lot of mistakes, okay, but a lot of people were killed. So a lot of killers around, believe me.
So Babylon, you know, the Western media has used what's going on in Ukraine to just paint Russia as the biggest villains ever, as if they themselves, the West, aren't the perpetuators of war and wickedness throughout the four corners of the earth, man. And Trump, he's a part of it. He's a pawn in the whole thing. All right, but right there, he told the truth. See? He told the truth, man. And this is their way of using their pawns to say, we told you the truth. You know, this left-right, you know, division and rivalry. But at the end of the day, they're all working for the same beast. But right there, he told the truth, man. You see? So it says, like, going back to this article here, it says, like so many others, I am sickened by Russia's invasion of Ukraine and the gigantic humanitarian crisis it continues to create, as if Babylon the Great hasn't created humanitarian crises all over the earth. Look at the mess that's going on here in Babylon the Great, period. Stand with Ukraine, hashtag. Weinberg tweeted Wednesday at DuckDuckGo. We've been rolling out search updates that downrank sites associated with Russian disinformation. All right. You have RT News, which they've been banned. All of these things that are banning Russian imports of energy, you know, particular things like Nike, I believe, and various. And that's not going to do anything but hurt you people over here in the West. You think Russia is going crazy over these so-called bans? Russia, as a matter of fact, see if I can pull that article up. This is what Russia's talking about. Okay, the West, all right, America, global political and economic dominance ends. Putin, the Russian president, says the myth of the Western welfare state of the so-called golden billion is crumbling. Okay? Russian President Vladimir Putin has opened that the latest rounds of unprecedented sanction imposed on Russia by the U.S. and its allies over the Kremlin's military campaign in Ukraine mark the end of an era. See? According to Putin, from now on, the West will be losing its global domination, both politically and economically. Okay? And that's what's happening, man. The West is falling. It's crumbling. But through this all, the elite have a plan, and we'll show you some of that here in this lesson, Lord willing, man. So going back here, now DuckDuckGo, all right, is on the whole disinformation kick. In addition to downranking sites associated with disinformation, we also often place news modules and information boxes at the top of DuckDuckGo search results, where they are seen and clicked the most to highlight quality information for rapidly unfolding topics, he added. So there you go. And what this is all aimed towards is shutting off particular narratives, covering up particular information that is coming out. Okay? Let's see here. That are exposing them. And people are cursing them out. The whole point of DuckDuckGo is for you not to do that. And here goes the CEO of DuckDuckGo. The whole point of DuckDuckGo is privacy. The whole point of the search engine is to show more relevant content over less relevant content. And that is what we will continue to do. So ultimately, they were bought out. And Esau's watching us. They hear our videos. They know what we're saying. So they heard us say, well, DuckDuckGo is the better engine. Now what are they doing? They're trying to shut off information, which goes primarily to the prophecy, man. Psalms 37:14, the wicked have drawn out the sword. And what is their sword? It's more than their actual guns and missiles and military might. It's their propaganda, their ability to use their news stations, okay, these different news stations, media outlets, to put witchcraft up on people. Okay? And have bent their bow to cast down the poor and needy and to slay such as be of upright conversation. And see, that's what they want. They want to attack upright conversation. You see, and the Lord has put the spirit even on their own kind in these latter days to bring out particular information, which helps our cause. So you have to be in straits. All right, if you're going this route, this shows us that the Edomite is scared. He's hurt. Okay, as the scriptures say, stand now with thine enchantments. See, and it's no longer working, and they're losing their damn mind, man. Putting out genetically modified mosquitoes. Everywhere you look, the devil is he just got something going on, man. Showing you this is the behavior of someone who knows that they've been caught. As the scriptures say, thou art caught. As a matter of fact, okay, let's go here as well. Isaiah 29:19, the meek shall also increase their joy in Yahweh, and the poor among men shall rejoice in the Holy One of Israel. That's happening through us, the remnant. All right, so this what they call insignificant great awakening. See, it's not great because of the numbers. It's great because of the power associated with it. It's causing a change in the way the whole world operates, man. For the terrible one is brought to naught, Esau, and the scorner is consumed. All that watch for iniquity are cut off. All you wicked people. And that's what Esau's energy has bred. Just people who all they do is just iniquity. You know? Wickedness, man. It's just a wicked mindset, man. And all of you people are getting ready to be cut off. Okay? Look at, these different outlets. All they push is what? Propaganda, lies. Look at the TV. Look what's on the news. The View. Look at BET. See? Esau has control of all of these outlets. But see, he's losing control of the narrative through independent media outlets. But it all started with the prophets. Before the prophets came on the scene, you had a few people bringing out things, the Illuminati, behold the pale horse, the particular Codex Magica books. But now it's like a floodgate open on these devils, man. So that has led to the terrible one being brought to naught. Nobody trusts him. Oh, now Crown Royale is back. Your boy Obama, he tested, plus, all right, for the Crown Royale. Now that narrative is being thrown back out. China just locked down. As a matter of fact, I'll see if I can bring that up. China, as you can see here, just locked another lockdown. So what they're doing is systematically wearing out the citizens, they're wearing the people out to where in the end, they're going to be begging for some sort of long-term permanent solution. And we know what that's going to be. All right. All of these dudes are Satanists, man. And pretty much America is they're going to follow in the footsteps of China and how things are being ran in that social credit system. But here it is. China orders 51 million into lockdown amidst worst outbreak since 2020. See that? So that narrative is going to be thrown. It died down. Now they told everybody, go back to work, take your face covering off, you good. But now they're going to put that narrative back out there as people are now traveling back to work with all of these high-ass gas prices. Okay? They just don't stop, man. And they're not going to stop until the Heavenly Father stops them. Now, going back to the scripture, okay, Isaiah 29:20, okay, it says, and let's read this in the real quick, see what this says in the NLT. I would like to hear how it's worded. It says, the scoffers will be gone, and the arrogant will disappear, and those who plot evil will be cut off. All right, there you go. And you have all of that behavior being fulfilled in Esau and his minions. Okay, it starts with the elites, but it trickles down to the mindset of the people, as is the ruler saw the people. Okay, and this is a world full of madness, a world full of sadness, like Slum Village. All right, Isaiah 29:21, that make a man an offender for a word, and lay a snare for him that reproveth in the gate, and turn aside the just for a thing of naught. Okay, so this is all getting ready to happen on an even larger scale. All right, so they're going to make a man an offender for a word. So they're using these false flags to ultimately push forth propaganda. Okay, well, the misinformation of Russia, we need to get a hold. We need to get a grip on this. All in misinformation sites. There was a day the other day where you couldn't even get to blacklisted news. You see? So they're in a fight. There's a fight. There's a war going on through information. Info war. Therefore, thus saith Yahweh, who redeemed Abraham concerning the house of Jacob. Jacob shall not now be ashamed, neither shall his face now wax pale. Meaning the Israelites ain't going to be in that frigid, docile, dumbed down, weak spirit. And we're standing up in the midst of all of these prophecies being fulfilled, which this great awakening is why all of this is happening. At first it's through the spirit of Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai, but through us standing on our feet and preaching his word, all of these things are now happening. Call Halal Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai, man. So this great awakening is leading unto them, ultimately getting ready to come and try to shut down all of this information because it's getting too much for them. The king of Babylon have heard the report of them. His hands have waxed feeble. They're in these particular meetings, trying to figure out what's the next move. What should we do? They're calling on these different demons. That's why you see all of these rituals, man. Kanye, everywhere you look, there's all types of enchantments being thrown around. All types of these celebrities' mothers and fathers are dying left and right under your eye. The dude Pusha T mother just died. The dude, Young Thug mother just died. And like 4 or 5 other celebrities, so-called celebrities, mothers and fathers are just dying. What do you think that's all about? Particular celebrities, children are dying. What do you think? These are all sacrifices. The left hand is in straits. See? Because their plan has been outed. Okay? Let me bring this out real quick. I talked about it yesterday, how Shaharan, which that got to be a Hebrew word, but red dust arrives in UK after turning Spanish skies orange with blood rain. You don't think that means something? Now, the UK is pretty much the mother of America. America was birthed out of the British. And see, a lot of people, we talk about the wickedness of Babylon, the great America. We can't forget the wickedness of the UK. And this happened on March 16th during our Passover, man. Blood rain rained on the UK. These are those signs and wonders that we should be looking for. And when we see something like this, don't just downplay it. Don't just read the comments and you hear some smart, wise guy, oh, this always happens. No, man, this is happening because the Lord wanted it to happen, man. And the timing of it, you see? And a lot of times they try to blame it on the dust storm and all of that. Nah, a lot of times it really just be the Lord having blood rain. And even if it is the dust storm causing it, it's the timing of it was just perfect, man. Because remember, he turned the waters in Egypt into blood, man. And we're in the Passover. Okay? A lot of judgment happening. The brother did a testimony video, particular scoffer that came up, to their camp scoffing, put to death. Okay? That happened in multiple camps. I believe during the Passover, that particular woman was put to death, or right around when we started it. A brother who was in the Trinidad camp, who left the truth to pursue a rap career behind some woman, 2 days before the Passover, he died. You see what I'm saying? So we're living in a time of judgment. This is not the time to play with Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahweh Shai. And yes, we are in straits. It's going to be hard. You're going to be tested. It's going to be uncomfortable. Okay, but constantly rebuke negative thoughts. Okay, but the Lord is working a mighty work, man. And we ain't got to read too much on that, but I thought that was interesting, man. So these devils are definitely in straits, as we always read in the book of Job, all right? Job 20:20, as the scriptures say, his own counsel shall cast him down, the internet. Now, they got to get control of the internet and what information is being spread. YouTube is a big part of it, but still the Lord is allowing his word to go out. But they're even on that campaign. Okay, well, the millions and billions of videos daily are just being cut off. Particular channels are having to go to these other outlets, which is hard as hell to find them. They don't come up in the search engines. Okay? Anyway, in the Job 20:22, in the fullness of his sufficiency, he shall be in straits. In every hand of the laborer, that's that word wicked, it means laborer, shall come upon him. And you see the working class and people who have labored, all their lives for this system, now coming up against him, man, using their outlets and their resources to create channels and go onto these independent media sources and expose this devil, man. When he is about to fill his belly, God shall cast the fury of his wrath upon him. And this is reminiscent of Nimrod, which a brother just did a video. As a matter of fact, let's see if I can find it. The brother did a video on it where he's live now. Let's see if I can go to it. The priest Sha'ar. Yep. Here we go. You see the title of the video is Russia burns replica of a Tower of Babel, sign of the times. Let's just watch it. See that? Now, why do you think they're doing that? Russia, I mean, and that's a replica of what is known to have been the Tower of Babel. Maybe it didn't look like that, you know, but hey, why is Russia burning a replica of the Tower of Babel and cheering it on? Why is Russia burning a replica of the Tower of Babel? Okay. Well, when Nimrod was at the fullness of his sufficiency, he was in straits. And the Lord eventually sent the angels down to scope out what was going on. That was the chariots. As the chariots are here. And eventually the Tower of Babel and what he had planned to do was ultimately confounded. Okay, it was confounded. Well, this Tower of Babel in these times, when Nimrod, all right, is pretty much Esau. What does Nimrod mean? Rebellion. Okay, what does Marathiam mean? Rebellion or bitter, double rebellion. In fact, America in the scriptures is known as the land of Nimrod. Micah 5 and 6. All right. And this is speaking of Yahweh's coming, man. Okay. Let me see here. I'll start at 5. And this man, Yahweh shall be the peace. Because when you read up, it's speaking of that one that's going to come out of the loins and lineage of David. You know, born in Bethlehem, out of the tribe of Judah. That's speaking of Yahweh. But it says, and this man shall be the peace when the Assyrian shall come into our land. And the Assyrian is symbolic, speaking of Esau. Okay, in Esau, America is likened unto Assyria in various scriptures. Okay, it says, shall come into our land when he shall tread in our palaces. Then shall we raise against him 7 shepherds and 8 principal men. And that's symbolic of the elect, man. Okay, the prophets being raised up. And what's that going to lead to? And they shall waste, all right, the land of Assyria with the sword. War is coming. And the land of Nimrod in the entrances thereof, thus shall he deliver us from the Assyrian when he cometh into our land and when he treadeth into our borders, because we know they're eventually going to come after us. And the remnant of Jacob shall be in the midst of many people as the dew from Yahweh, as the showers upon the grass that tarrieth not for man, nor waited for the sons of men. So this is all speaking of what's coming to pass in these times, but it likens America to the land of Nimrod. What was Nimrod's reasoning? He was a tyrant. And I have 2 videos on it. Okay, if you want that understanding. Okay, the Tower of Babel. Okay, you know, and this is ultimately what they're trying to do in these times is reminiscent of the Tower of Babel, but it's in a technological sense. Okay, so big things are happening, man. Let's go here. Okay, meme police, DHS scanning employees' social media for conspiracy theories, extremism. The Department of Homeland Security, all right, published a report recommending an increased focus of scanning the social media accounts of its employees in order to detect extremism. Okay, and you know that's going to trickle over to YouTube, pretty soon your job will be calling you into office saying, we have got word that you have this YouTube account, you see, or you brothers who post on, Instagram or Facebook, they're going to be, they're going to be like, well, we have records of your online, account here. You'll pull it up, and it's going to lead to you being, cut off from the society. Okay? And this is on down the line, of course, but it's coming. Among the examples of extremism cited by DHS are a belief that fraud occurred in the 2020. All right. And these little things are just false flags and things that they put in place to then cover a whole section of people who really have a problem with the government, because nobody trusts in the U.S. government. As a matter of fact, see here. I still have DuckDuckGo as my search. But let's see what just comes up if you just type this in. Trust in the government is decreasing. Nobody trusts in this man no more. They're losing credibility. All of them. Okay? Through. And this is all the doing of the Lord, man. Declining trust in government shows why local politics matter. Americans declining trust in government. See? Click news. Democrat Matt Castilli wants to rebuild trust in government. Nobody trusts him no more. Okay? So what they're able to do now through, the manipulation of the mind, they want to make you think it's all about if you don't believe in what happened in the election. Just put it like that, right? But really what they're trying to do is attack any mind state against the government. It says, in objections to current Crown Royale, all right, policies. Because really what's coming out is that the lockdowns and everything else that came that they used, see, that was just the front man, the Crown Royale, and they made a big fuss of nothing. People are figuring out, wait, you said this was about my safety, but now my business is destroyed. Now the rich has gotten richer and the poor has gotten poorer. Really, what they're doing is ultimately trying to destroy the economy itself for their agenda, which we'll get into that agenda that they're trying to hide. See? You have people rebelling. You see that? Everyday Americans are now waking up. It took a long time, but now they're waking up. That this is, that this is, BS, man. So now, scanning employees' social media, to pretty much cut you off. All right? And they're going to have the propaganda in place so that people are going to be supporting this. Yes, they're the reason, all right, the world is messed up. They're the reason the gas prices are high. They're the reason they're going to start blaming people who are telling the truth. And that's going to trickle on down to us, man. As of March 2021, unclassified threat assessment prepared by the Office of Director for National Intelligence noted that domestic violent extremists who are motivated by a range of ideologies and galvanized by recent political and societal events in the United States pose an elevated threat to the homeland in 2021. How much more now they're using this narrative? The assessment pointed to newer social political developments such as narratives of fraud, going to the, that election and whatever. All right. And then that whole attack on the so-called Capitol. They're going to use those as ultimate, predecessors to lead, to ultimately controlling narratives. And they're going to say that people are doing these things and people are believing these things because of online extremists, which is going to lead to domestic terrorism. Where do you think you as an Israelite are going to fall when they really come down? See, study and pilots have suggested that certain online activity may present behavior of potential concern of national security and could be useful in assessing an individual's trustworthiness, judgment, or reliability. You see that? So basically, when they set this whole thing up, your social credit score is going to be based, all right, on a lot of things, and your online activity will be a part of it. Okay. So they're going to say ultimately a lot of people are doing and believing these things because of these extremists who are online pushing these false narratives. It's all a snare. All right. That whole thing that happened with the Capitol, it's a snare. Trump himself was a snare. Through him, they were able to show you that they can cut you off from the internet. They banned his Twitter. See? But these are all pawns and tools and witchcraft and things that they're going to use to attack a bigger message. And what is that bigger message? According to the Holy Scriptures, it's all going to go into those who are speaking against his plan. And we know what that plan is. And if we don't get to that plan in this lesson, I'll do another quick one because, oh boy, oh boy, all right? Check this out, all right? With all of this going on, the Congress just gave itself a 21% raise as Americans can't afford gas. So the rich are getting richer, the poor are getting poorer. We know in the whole grand scheme of things, this is what this is all leading to. And when it's all said and done, you won't have anything, all right? And they'll be in position to track, all right, control, all right, and ultimately that's their plan as the new Nimrod, okay, to ultimately act as tyrants and as the most high on earth, all right? But while you are sitting over here struggling, pinching pennies, all right, worried about, okay, well, damn, I'm going to have to cut this. I can't buy incense like I used to. I got to, oh, damn, I got to do this. I got to do that. The Congress gives themselves a 21% raise. You see, and then I guarantee you, once you start Googling this or looking it up, it's going to be a fact check, all right, that says that, no, the Congress didn't give themselves a 21% raise because they're getting caught left and right, man. All right. And they just sent 13 point something billion over to Ukraine for aid while you people are struggling. So what is this going to lead to? Civil unrest, uproars, and people losing their damn minds. Okay. Now, before I get into, this is another one. Ukraine war could spark global food crisis, sending millions to the brink of starvation, UN spokesperson warns. So all of these things that are happening, they're using to ultimately put a squeeze. And if you pay attention, a lot of production, all right, food producing, all right, agencies and companies and buildings are being attacked, burned down. For what? How are all of these just food, all right, production, all right, locations just being burned down? Why is that? So with the war in Ukraine could push millions of people more across the world to the brink of starvation as the global food supplies are hit by a perfect storm or crisis, a senior spokesman said. So yeah, man. And you can look that up. I don't want to go too far into that. But this devil is just collapsing. Okay? He's collapsing. Now, why are they trying to cut off these so-called theories? Why are they trying to cut off the world from knowing and understanding and try to label people who say and believe a particular narrative as extremist. See, the real problem in America is the people who run it. You got drugs everywhere. We're number one in all things negative, right? And I'm not a part of this damn place, but I'm here. When I say we, I'm not down with this place, but America is where we live, right? This place is full of death and destruction. There's many pandemics. See? Drug use. What about all of the children that are in the foster care system being abused, ritually abused, being passed around as sex slaves? See? And it's all coming out. But the reason that they want all of this stuff cut off is because something is happening around you that you should be very well aware of. Everything is going digital. See? Everything is going digital, man. And as we'll even show you, okay, new digitalized Ukraine, the first country to implement World Economic Forum's GR. I'll just call this word the GR, because you see him putting that in the title led them to put a narrative that you can click on to say, wow, okay, well, this is what it means. It ain't what he talking about. This is what it means. See? Read it. The Ukrainian government launched in 2020 an application called DIA that includes identity cards, passports, permits, all right, juice records, registration, insurance, health reimbursements, social benefits, and more. Okay? And when they were giving you those, what's those things called? Those stimulus checks, they were talking about making those digital. Well, the GR is here. Okay? When I say GR, this is what I'm talking about. Look, you see, the GR is here, baby. All right? And there's no way to stop it. All right? And you Israelite camps are going to be looking foolish when all of these things start to be implemented around you and people are asking you for a biblical narrative and answer as to why and what should they do. Everything is becoming digital. Now, Walgreens replaced some fridge doors, and this is going to go all of these stores at some point, and some shoppers absolutely hate it. Okay? And why? Let's take a look at this.
To me, right?
In some Walgreens locations, glass refrigerator doors have been replaced with these digital screens as part of a pilot program. And some are taking to social media to say they don't like them.
Could you open up the thing to get me some water?
It's real inviting, like, oh, you
Yes.
No way.
What in the world?
Now, you see right there, she was able to just open that. Okay? In the times to come, you ain't going to be able to just open that. You're going to have to scan something. And there was another video that showed it. I was looking for it. All right? But pretty much the dude was breaking down how in order to open it, there's a scanning thing right here, and there's going to be a scan thing on the top. All right, you put two and two together, and what's going to lead to that? Okay? You walking into a store, and if you don't have something to scan there, it won't open for your ass. That's why they're doing all of this.
If only there was a way that we could see inside of a freezer, you know, like a glass door.
The technology comes from cooler screens. The CEO says he started the company when he saw the customer experience gap between shopping online and shopping in a physical store and wanted to bring these experiences together.
We're creating this hybrid experience, right? You are shopping in a physical store and all the best that comes with it, right? Immediately you grab the product you want, it's readily available, but you get the benefit of, as if you're shopping online, of having all this richness of different.
I'm at the store. Why do I want the benefit of as if I'm shopping online if I'm in the store?
What they call a retail media network. Brands pay cooler screens to run ads. Retailers, such as Walgreens, share a cut from the advertising. Sensors and cameras are set up both inside and outside of the fridges to track consumer activities.
Oh, really?
Obsessed about digital transformation. And we gave them something very specific and tangible that was solving a real consumer problem and yet was bringing them real business benefits.
The company claims people love this technology. However, some consumers say they found it confusing. Henry Brewer is one of them. He recently encountered one of the digital screens at a Walgreens in Chicago.
And I was stopping just to pick up my medication, and then I just grabbed a energy drink. You know, initially you walk up and you kind of see the advertisement across all of them because it doesn't show the drinks or anything yet. It just shows a big advertisement. I'm like, whoa, what is this? This is really weird. And then you walk up and then it flashes and then it changes to the drinks. So it's like, it's a turnoff. You know, like we see advertisements literally everywhere, and now I have to go see it, you know, on the cooler screen. You know, like what? It's just very intrusive.
Julio Sevilla, a consumer behavior professor from the University of Georgia, says people tend to prefer simplicity in retail settings.
You know, you probably just want to make.
Anyway, I mean, we ain't got to watch the whole thing, but you see that sensor there? See that sensor there? And these things are ultimately not going to open if you don't have something to scan there in the future. Mark our words through the spirit and power of Yahweh Bashem Yahushai. Big name stores are going to be a part of it. Okay? What do you think is happening? What does Christianity have to do with where they're going in the future? Tell me. Show us where Christianity or how an embargo fulfills the MOTB. And all of these things are going to present it as an easier way. Everything's going digital. Okay? The US dollar could go digital. Here's what you need to know. So you think they're just doing all of this for fun? See, we've been prophesying these things for years. Starting with our apostles and elders for years. We've been telling you these days were coming. And all of a sudden, Joe Biden is just talking about digital dollar. What do you think is coming? In this new system, how do you think they're going to track everything? Paper money will not be a thing. And you got stupid ass Israelites talking about the MOTB is paper money. How? We've already bought and sold with that. So we're doomed. They're going to change the way, all right, of buying and selling, man. And as things get tighter and they start to squeeze out, all right, and put that squeeze on, because the Lord is hardening their heart. Your only way into particular or to get particular goods is gonna be a part of this system. And you think the devil don't know that buying and selling is tied to the people's emotions? As a matter of fact, we brought it out the other day. Sirach 27:2. As a nail sticketh fast between the joining of stones, so doth sin stick close between buying and selling. So they're going to entice you to sin through the changing the way you buy and sell. Now, what did John the Revelator see? Huh? As a matter of fact, I mean, let's get the book of Habakkuk, man. And we've been standing on our watch telling you these things for ages. See, but everybody wanted to party. Everybody wanted to play games. And you still doing it. All right. You people who have sold to the flesh, you're going to, you know, when these things be implemented, as it says here, sin sticks close between buying and selling. When it comes time for buying and selling, that's when people become demons, man. And it's called the hour of temptation for a reason. Habakkuk 2 and 3. For the vision is yet for an appointed time, but at the end it shall speak and not lie, though it tarry, wait for it, because it shall surely come. It will not tarry. All right, let's listen to this video here. It's not tarrying, man. As a matter of fact, the beloved elder brother Rakhwaya Kwam went in on this. Okay? But let's just listen to what's going on in Ukraine. All of this fuss about Ukraine now, it's digitalized. Huh?
As you guys can see from this visual on my shoulder, we got a claw swab in the very middle of all this.
Klaus Schwab. What did he say? A fourth industrial revolution is needed. We need a meaner world. The people are going to change in this new fourth industrial revolution. How will the people change? What's going to be different about people? We're already human, so all right. You have all of these agendas. Well, now it's the transhuman. How do you get a transhuman? How do you link man with technology? How do you link man with machine? And all of you laughed and mocked and played, and the devil is getting ready to show you who he is. The man of sin is being revealed right before your eyes if you're paying attention.
Everything's happening in Ukraine, underpinnings of it is about the transition towards that greater. And it has to do with what you see in the hands of those two individuals there. One is an app called the DIA application. I'll touch on that. And then to the other side of that is the hryvnia, which is a Ukrainian currency that at this current moment is going through its little ups and flows. I've touched on that throughout the years, but I want to be short and concise and give you some articles that paint more of a picture as to what's happening in the long term. And also the biggest thing to take away from this is put yourself in the shoes of a Ukrainian citizen that is experiencing the introduction of a new digitization of their entire governmental structure.
And did not Joe Biden just bring out of nowhere, just come out talking about this? So pretty soon, all right, pretty soon this is coming here. All right. All they need is one more, all right, a few more false flags, and it'll be justified. Just read the title here. More lockdowns. Okay. Latest variant set to hit. We can't just say we're done. So what they're doing is systematically wearing out the people, man. All right. Now people are going back to work. They think everything's gung ho and all. Now this is back amidst the gas, amidst wars and rumors of wars. Okay. So more restrictions. Okay. Oh, man. All right. It says the White House has echoed these fears despite the sharp drop in cases across the country, as states have done away, all right, with these, all right. So now there's a new one. So, hey, there he is. He's back. All right. So let's keep listening here. As a matter of fact, we'll just play the brother Rakhwaya Kwam's video. Oh, because this happened in Jamaica. Check this out real quick, and then we'll go to his video on this video. But check this out.
So the finance minister, Dr. Nigel Clark, recently used Jamaica's new digital currency for the first time in Parliament, live and direct. He used it to pay his barber 500 Jamaican dollars right there on the spot. So what is Jamdex? That's the name of the digital currency.
See, right now, the phones are acting as the mediums. Okay? But when systems collapse, all right, when the internet is reduced, How are you going to use this digital system? How is it going to be tracked?
Currency. It stands for Jamaica Digital Exchange. And how is this different from doing a regular bank transfer through your financial institution? Well, here's the big difference. No fees. It's supposed to be just like handling cash. So if I'm giving you cash right now on the spot, I don't pay a transfer fee, right? And that's how this is supposed to work. That's the concept of this as well, and that's why it's so revolutionary. You also don't necessarily need a bank account. All you need is a digital wallet. The only digital wallet available right now is NCB's Link, and they are enabled for CBDC, that's Jamdex, central bank digital currency, the digital version of Jamaica's dollar. But according to Clark, there are going to be at least 4 more wallet providers coming online by June. So the government is also offering a cash incentive of $2,500 to the first 100,000 people who sign up for a digital wallet app.
And Benjamin loves free money, right? Benjamin loves free money. So you bring this system, to the poor and offer them, all right, $2,500, okay, to the first 100,000 people. All right, they also have niggas like Killer Mike used to push these agendas on you and make it sound, because this is the new way going forward. Digital currency. Okay? Cutting out the middleman. Okay? Everything's going to be tracked. Each transaction, everything will be monitored.
After April 1. So are you interested in using Jamdex? Will you be downloading the app and making digital cash transfers? Let me know. I'm Kalila Reynolds. Follow me all over social media for more information like this at Kalila Ray. Let's.
And like the title says, nothing to see here. That doesn't mean anything. The MOTB is Christianity, right? Well, let's listen to this brother's video on this. As a matter of fact, I think
JA, that they've got the Jamdex, which is a CBDC that they've launched. The infrastructure is there, right, ready for the MOTB. All right, what's the MOTB? Right, it's going to be an implantable chip, right, that is going to allow you to be connected into this man's digital infrastructure. And if you don't have it, you will not be able to buy or to sell, right, if you do not receive it. All right, straight up, right? And we've been telling you, right, we've been warning you. We told you that these CBDCs are going to get rolled out, and here it is. What's happening? They're getting rolled out. We told you that they're going to bring crisis after crisis, man. And through the process of these crises, that's how the system and eventually the mark is going to be pushed upon the people. And what do we see happening? Each crisis that comes out is leading us closer and closer to the MOTB, right? It's happening, man.
Mm-hmm.
Right before your eyes. Some of you still want to scoff, some of you ain't sure. That's all right. Because if you take the MOTB according to the scripture, then you already know what's going to happen. All right? You're going to be sleeping with the fishes. All right? Now, this channel here, Rethinking the Dollar, he released a video about an hour ago. The title of the video is The New Digitized Ukraine. Yes, that's Ukraine. The most important place in the world right now for the mainstream media.
Right.
It's crazy, man. Everywhere I go, people are begging me for charity money for Ukraine. I just got a letter through my door. What was the letter about? Charity for Ukraine. We don't.
But Biden just sent billions over there. What do we need to help for? We need help, right? Our help is coming from on high, man.
Give a damn like that. What's so special about Ukraine, man? Anyway, it's the first country to implement World Economic Forum's Great Reset. So we're going to have a listen to what he got to say. But before we do that, let's get this scripture that I wanted to kick it off with. right now. Habakkuk 2:1, it says, I will stand upon my watch and sit upon the tower and will watch to see what he will say unto me and what I shall answer when I am reproved. And the Lord answered me and said, write the vision and make it plain upon tables, that he may run that readeth it. For the vision is yet for an appointed time, but at the end it shall speak and not lie. Though it tarry, wait for it, because it will surely come, it will not tarry. And a lot of these men were scoffing and scorning. Yeah, you had Bishop Nate was scoffing and scorning because in June 2000 or whatsoever, the mark of the beast wasn't implemented, making mockery. Listen, that doesn't mean it's not going to happen. All right, the time will come, and I hope that you're seeing that. So let's listen to this brother right here. Yeah, he in the world, but he bringing out some information that we could use. So let's play this.
Very important information that's both bring to your attention because ultimately you won't hear it from any mainstream news source. And as a man, the first one, we touch on this, but as you guys see, this visually on my shoulder, who had Klaus Schwab in the very middle of all this. Everything's happening in Ukraine. Underpinnings of it is about the transition towards that. It has to do with what you see in the hands of those two individuals there. One is an app called the DIA application, but to touch on that. And then to the other side of that is the hydnia, which is a Ukrainian currency that at this current moment is going through those ups and flows. I've touched on that throughout the years, but I want to be short and concise and give you some articles that paint more of a picture as to what's happening in the long term. And also the biggest thing to take away from this is put yourself in the shoes of a Ukrainian citizen that is experiencing the introduction of a new digitalization of their entire governmental structure. So let's dive into that. And also for those that are on the chat, appreciate you for your patience. Let me know where you're watching from via chat, and we will do the best we can.
Right. The reason they have to digitize the governmental structure, they got to digitize all the industries, is because the MOTB needs a digital infrastructure in order to work. That's how they're going to be able to control whether or not you buy and sell. That's how they're going to be able to control the commerce of all people. Because once you make it digital, then it's all on the internet, and then you can control it. All right, you can control it.
To hopefully make things flow smoothly. Let me know if everything is good from what you guys can see. Thumbs up if audio is good, video is good. Hopefully the internet remains, but I'm going to be short and concise to get this to you and let you guys do the rest at home for yourselves. But let's jump right in. So what I came across was an article. And so this article here is from the government. It's official documentation from the government in Ukraine. And it's quite lengthy, but I'll just thumb through and save the headache because the two primary buzzwords is in the title itself. I'm going to butcher, of course, but I'll do the best I can. But as the guy says here, this is from December of 2021. It says, today, the project e-Patrimuk, correct me if I'm wrong, in the DIA application has officially launched how to get your 1,000 hryvnia, which is the Ukrainian currency. So
and what you're seeing is to get people at first to be the first people to jump onto these systems, right? They're offering people free money, like what they're doing in Jamaica. And trust me, we know that Benjamin loved free money. Yeah, that's guaranteed, man. Listen, enough Benjamin gonna go out and get that app, right? Because man love free money. Yeah, we love food and we love free money. So I know enough man to run into that app right now. You see me, right? But they're gonna offer people free money, but then there's gonna come a time when the situation is gonna be so dire that they'll offer people universal basic income through that, and people are gonna flock to it because they need the money, they need access to that system. All right, universal basic income. When people are losing their jobs, because what's gonna happen now is you're gonna find a lot of people with the way the economy is gonna go, as the cost of production goes down, as consumerism goes down. What they're gonna start doing now as well is switching over to automation, which means a lot of companies who have been looking into automation for the last 10 years, now the pressure is on them to fully go into automation, because it's cheaper for you to automate your service than have people working for you, because human resources are more costly in this modern economy than automation. So there's going to be a lot more unemployed people soon, a lot more people that are going to need that welfare check, right? And they've already done said that the solution to all of that is going to have to be a universal basic income, and that universal basic income is going to have to be issued to people by way of what? The new digital currency through the CBDC. That's how it's going to be. You understand? That's exactly what they be doing. Like when they did that stimulus package, they were in America, they were already saying whether they should have done that through a CBDC so they can have more control of it. That's exactly what's going to be going down. I was going to say something else about the universal basic income, but it'll come to me later. Let's keep playing.
Words here I want to highlight, shine more light on, let you guys do your homework. This word here, Epitrima, whatever. It's important because that is a new digital representation of the idea currency.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. Another thing you have to think about is there's a thing called the unbanked. There's quite a large group of people in the world, even in America, that don't have a bank account. They don't have a checking account, right? That can be solved with these wallets, because with these CBDCs, you don't need a bank account. You just need a wallet. And then, so the wallet is going to be set up with your ID. And then, so through that wallet and NFTs, all your digital documents and everything about you can now be stored in one centralized place. Like, you know, that's how it works. The NFTs, non-fungible tokens, all your certificates and all your licenses and all these things can be placed in one place under your wallet, and then they can run smart contracts off that and all that nerdy stuff that you probably don't want to hear about. But this is what's happening. Okay?
So there you have it. All right. That brother broke it down. He was breaking it down. All you have to do is go to GMS Fear, the Most High 7, space, Ba, B-A, and subscribe, and you'll see the video. Nothing to see here. And that's how most Israelite camps think. You know, with all of this happening, there's nothing to see there. All right. We're going to have the greatest Passover. We're going to be the greatest camp. Buy this garment. This, that. Me, us. Wrestling match. Okay. The Gorilla Bible. Okay. To buy our hoodies. Hit that like button. Listen to me talk about my how I met my woman. See? But nothing to see here when it comes to everything happening around you, man. Buy these fringes before the Most High kill your ass, fool. So, what y'all gonna do? What you gonna say? All of them mocking and scoffing. As a matter of fact, I didn't mean to do that, Salakia. As a matter of fact, let's get that scripture, man. I didn't mean to do that. Ezekiel 33:30. Also, son of man, the children of thy people are still talking against thee by the walls and in the doors of their houses, and speak one to another, every one to his brother, saying, come, I pray you, and hear what is the word that cometh forth from the Lord. But they not taking it serious. They in their houses talking shit. I like this camp better. I don't like that camp. These niggas, that nigga. These niggas hating that GMS. That's all they, right? But then they'll watch. And they come unto thee and sit as the people cometh, and they sit before thee as my people, and they hear thy words, but they will not do them. For with their mouth they show much love, but their heart goeth after their covetousness. A lot of you people are here just to fulfill your lust and be destroyed, man. And lo, thou art unto them as a very lovely song, all right, of one that hath a pleasant voice and can play well on an instrument, for they hear thy words, but they do not do them. And when this come to pass, and lo, it will come, then shall they know a prophet have been among them. Okay, and everywhere around you, you're going to start to notice this trend. Okay, this trend, man. And I got so much more, but, you know, I'm going to end it off in a minute.
Digital transformation is changing the way we manage our data, our information, our interactions, and our identities online. The United Nations is ready to digitally transform how it deals with identity, with a system to streamline information sharing, daily workflows, access to platforms and buildings, operating across agencies, by providing its personnel with a universal, system-wide identity solution. Introducing the UN Digital ID, a unique and digital identity for UN personnel from the day you join to the day you part. All of your personal, HR, medical, travel, security, payroll and pension data in the palm of your hand, giving you full control on what you share and with whom. With blockchain and biometrics, the UN Digital ID makes verification efficient, secure, transparent, immutable, portable, and universal.
So what you need to be asking yourself is, how do I fit into this? What will I have to do? Well, Klaus Schwab tells you, you will change as a human being. Okay? So it's no joke, man. Okay? The things that are happening around you are all leading you towards this new system. That's the GR. Okay? So, Lord willing, you all were edified. All right, and we'll be back with more. Shalom.